be well. I said I wanna be an AKA, cause Alpha Kappa Alpha.
Welcome back to the channel. Hello everybody. Hello. So today we are going to be talking all there is Greek, okay? And I was going to do a disclaimer and tell you guys about like where I've been, but honestly I'm not even going to give myself no excuses. Your girl basically came back before she was ready to. After graduating from college, you do go into a depression. They don't set you up for success after you graduate because it's no like class basically on helping you progress after leaving. And all the college graduates that have graduated from college can attest to this. They don't set you up for success. But yes, anyways, just wanted to say hello to everybody. Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying and still subscribing even when I have not posted a video. So the first thing, by the looks of this title, it is a Greek video, and we are going to be talking about stereotypes for Black D9 sororities. I was going to do sororities and fraternities, but I don't want to speak too much on a fraternity, obviously, because I'm not in one. And, you know, I have my own stereotypes for each organization that is a fraternity of the D9 community. But I wanted to mainly focus on sororities just because, you know, I'm a part of that community along with being a part of the D9 community as a whole. You feel me? So let's just jump right into the video, guys. So first things first, we're going to save the best for last, and we're just gonna go with the not so important ones. No, I'm just kidding. It's a joke. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so SG Rose. SG Rose, the stereotype for them is like they're non-existent in my book. Now I'm speaking for me, for what I think and from what I've gathered from Instagram, from just life in general. SG Rose are non-existent. Now it is a lot of SG Rose. Don't get me wrong, sis. Don't get me wrong. These are stereotypes. So this is not always true. Okay. It could be negative. It could be positive. Don't come for me in the comments if you're a family member, if you or people that you know may be an SG Row. You feel me? So yeah, so basically like SG Rows, they're just like, they're really like non-existent. Like people pledge them when they can't pledge anything else. And that's just from what I gathered. So don't come for me. It's a joke. But some of the SG Rows that I do know are cool, except for this one girl that I met. She was SG Row. Sorry y'all about the lighting, but this one girl, she was a SG Row. She so quick story time. I was about to pledge AKA, and I had to, you know, get my paperwork together or whatever, and you basically had to get your transcripts from your school and, you know, bring it to wherever you need to bring it to and to who you need to bring it to, basically, right? So I was getting my paperwork, and the girl, I didn't know she was an SG Row, right? But apparently she was. And she basically asked me what was the reason for why I needed the transcript, which I never really figured like schools asked you that. But this was my first time at UIS getting my transcript. So I just like assume, okay, maybe this school is different from my last college that I went to. So they need they need the reason for my transcripts, you know, I don't know. So I was just like, oh, it's for an organization that I have to hand it to. I didn't want to say yes for AKA. You know what I'm saying? So she was just like, oh, you pledging a sorority. You look like AKA. And I was just like, girl, you so funny. Like, you're funny. Because I didn't want to be like, oh, damn. Because I know who she was. I know who she knew. And I knew from previous attempts of, you know, sharing too much that, you know, you're supposed to be discreet, basically. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Okay. Don't say nothing. So I just played it off or whatever. But then it was so funny because my advisor, well, not my advisor, but she is an AKA, and she's like famous on our campus. Her name is Dr. Ford. I absolutely love her. Still talk to her to this day. She's an amazing woman. Like when I had a problem, when I had an issue, she was the first one that I talked to. And she always understood where I was coming from, and she let me know when I was wrong. And she was just a real down to earth AKA, and you don't come across a lot of real down to earth AKAs nowadays, and that's just period. And I'll talk about that later when I get on the topic of AKs. But yes, she was the only one, the only adult, the only Alpha Kappa Alpha woman on that campus that was down to earth, that was respectful, and that was understanding. And she didn't think that she was better than anybody. She knew herself, she knew her lane, and she stayed in it. And she never tried to tap into somebody else's or tried to cut somebody up and make them feel bad about themselves. And a lot of AKs do that, but I digress. I'll save it for when we're talking about Alpha Kappa Alpha. Okay. So anyways, just love her. So she had came up and she was just like, hey Deja, how are you? And she knew I wanted to be AK because I had emailed her when I was in my old college about helping me start a chapter at my old college. And yeah, so she knew, and and I low-key thought that she was thinking that the only reason why I went to UIS is to pledge. That was partially some of my reasons of pledging, other than I had personal reasons at the other school that I didn't want to go there anymore. I wasn't happy, But I also wanted to go to UIS because, political city, it's the capital of Chicago. I mean, it's the capital of Chicago. Oh my God. It's the capital of Illinois. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so she came up and she was like, hey Deja. And obviously the young lady that was at the desk, that was an SG row, knew that Dr. Ford was the AKA. Because Dr. Ford don't hide it. So basically, it was just so funny because she was just like, hey, how are you? Like, I can't wait to talk to you. I can't wait to chat. And I was just like, oh, okay. And it was so awkward. And I was just like, at that moment, this girl knew that I was trying to be AK. But I was like, okay, sis. And because when I'm in it, then we can talk about whatever. Okay, guys. So the next group of ladies that we're going to be talking about are the Zetas, known as Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Beautiful, beautiful women. Their stereotype is really bogus, honestly. A lot of people think that like Zetas are heavy set women, and I don't want to say fat because that's just damn near, that's just fucking disrespectful, okay? But a lot of people, that pledge Zeta happen to be, big bone. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay, sis. Because look, I need some meat on my bones, period. So yeah, so that's the stereotype about them, and that a lot of them are dark skinned, which is lies. Like when I heard that stereotype and when I saw that like a lot of people was just only pointing out the heavy set, skinny, dark skinned girls, I was just like, what? Because my mentor, let's just get into this. My mentor, my mother, and my previous boss that hired me at the job that I'm at right now are all Zetas. Every amazing woman that I come across is a Zeta, okay? And I have a genuine love for Zetas. Would I have ever second guessed and pledged Zeta? No. Would have never thought about it. I knew what I wanted to do. Yes. Now, before you guys get into it and be like, oh, your mama is a Zeta and you pledge AKA, you messed up the whole family chain. Let's stop. My mom is a prime example of a woman that pledged in her later years for a graduate chapter, because that's what she wanted to do, and that's what she did. And me and my mom actually pledged around the same time. I crossed before she did into AKA, so nobody in my family at that time was a legacy or had been in a sorority. I was the first. That's why I joined the first. I'm just kidding. And then my mom had, broke the news to me and told me that she was joining Zeta, and I didn't have a problem with it. I don't believe in the, okay, if your parent is this, then you have to be this as well. No, I don't believe in that. I feel like you should do whatever you want to do. Obviously, my mama, she didn't want to be an AK, and she didn't like when I was becoming an AK because of everything that, I had experienced and the people that I was around. But at the same time, I wasn't doing it for the people that I was in the organization with at the time. I was doing it for myself, and I was doing it because I knew that the chapter that I'm at right now, I knew that the organization that I'm in is so much bigger than the chapter that I'm at right now with those particular people. So that's the stereotype about Zetas and my little chime about Zetas. I absolutely love the Zetas. I don't really feel like, the stereotype for them is big bone, dark skinned women, because my boss that hired me like 5 months ago, She's a Zeta. She's light skinned and skinny as me. Like, and she's beautiful, okay? So that's stereotype about Zetas. Moving on to the Deltas. So the Delta stereotype to me is like rowdy, dark. I mean, no, I'm not gonna say dark skin because there's a lot of light skin Zetas, but it's like, I mean Zetas. It's a lot of dark skin Deltas. But I would say that they rowdy, like they really nuck if you buck. Like that song was meant for the Deltas, period. Nuck if you buck, sis. When I say they be throwing elbows, they be ready to fight when they strolling, period. Like they're just rough around the edges. And that's just a stereotype that I got from them. But I've met a lot of Deltas. Like, it's so crazy how many Deltas I have met. I honestly feel like I met more Deltas than I met AKs, because the environment that I'm in, a lot of people are Deltas. So it's just like, I'm the only one that's outside the group, which is perfectly fine, because I knew what I wanted to do and they respected that. So yeah, and a lot of my friends that I went to high school with, majority of them wanted to become Deltas. I don't think they ever became it, but yeah. So that's the stereotype for Deltas. I'm not going into too much stereotypes and details about each sorority because I don't want nobody to come for me and I don't want nobody to feel like I'm coming for them. I'm definitely not coming for nobody. It's just a video about stereotypes for these sororities. And those are the only ones that I really know. But yes, the Deltas be ready to nuck if you buck, okay? Like, they be ready. Okay, so then moving on to the best, the final, the first, the finest, the everything and above. You know what I'm saying? The alpha, the omega, and everything in between. You feel me? Moving on to Alpha, Kappa Alpha, Sorority Incorporated. These ladies, we are amazing. No, honestly, just being completely 100% honest with you guys, it is so many mixtures of these sororities. And speaking on behalf of my sorority, because I am in it, I've met a lot of women in the sorority and I've came across different vibes, different energy, different all of that from these women. And I'm not speaking for the organization, I'm speaking for my experience, so don't try to come for me, okay? I've met a handful of very high city, very I'm better than you, very I don't want to help you type of AKA. It's very like sad, honestly, because it's just like we're part of the same organization. If you can lend a helping hand, you should help a soror, period. You know, a lot of women don't want to do that. A lot of younger women that are, I would say younger girls, because a lot of them are not women, they're still little girls. And I'm not trying to talk bad about people, but I'm just being completely honest. The stereotype for them is that I'm the best, I'm better than you, I'm pretty, don't talk to me, I'm never going to text you back, like I can't get in touch with you, I'm just so booked and busy. And those are a lot of people that are still young and that are still fresh to the organization. So the stereotype for AKs that I have met that are positive are like, you know, very seasoned women, very helpful, very somebody that you can talk to about anything, somebody that's willing to let you stay with them when you're in a new city, somebody that has connections and that can really put you in contact with important people. Fortunately for me, I found a lot of those women when I went to church, and a lot of people feel like, oh, AKs and other sorority women can't believe in God and also be a part of this organization. But that is not true. The people that have helped me get into the graduate chapter that I'm in now are women that I met in church, and it's not only older women. I do have women around my age, so I am happy about that. And we hang out all the time. We do things all the time. And it's very, very, very nice to be in a different environment than I was going into it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to talk to you guys in the next Greek video. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.